Alright, hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm going to break down these chords that I just played a few seconds ago in the previous video. They're basically the basic chords for Bow Down and Worship by Bishop Paul Morton. They're in the key of B, and I'll play through it one time and then I'll come back and break down the basic chords and show you what I'm doing. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do, let me take this register up one just a little bit here so you can see what I'm doing. And you can also use these chords like in a time for worship, or even as talk chords, you know, depending on what, you know, being talked about. But they're good, I think, for worship and even for that prophetic atmosphere within a service. So we're going to go to the key of B. To start out, the very first chord is going to be left hand E natural, or E, excuse me, and B natural. Then the right hand is going to be E, G flat, A flat, and a B. Alright? And if you're going to play the bow down portion of it, you know, you just want to hit that B a few times, you know, with the chord, you know, the bow down part going into worship hymn. So. Alright, and then the second chord, we're going to go up to G flat and D flat. Alright, right hand is going to be G flat, A flat, B flat, and D flat. Okay. Okay. Alright, so it sounds like this. Alright, next chord is going to go, we're going to A flat and E flat in the bass in the left hand. Right hand is going to G flat, B, D flat, G flat on top. Now if you have a hard time making this reach, then you can just either leave the low G flat, or you can play the high one. Either or. Alright, so together it goes. Okay. Now from here, what we're going to do, the bass is going to D flat, and what we're going to do, we're going to play two single grace notes leading us to that D flat, and we're going to go in the right hand, it's going to be D flat, E flat, E. Alright, but once we get to E, we're going to play D flat in the left hand, then A flat, D flat, and E in the right hand. Okay, so it's gonna sound like this. Alright. Okay, so let's put that together with that included. Alright. Okay, now from here we're going right back to that previous chord, that B major chord. This time it's going to be over B. So the left hand is going to go down, the bass is going to B, and you can add the lower octave if you want, alright, to give it a more fuller sound. And the right hand is going to be that B major chord again I just showed you with the reach. You can go G flat, B, D flat, G flat. Okay, so it sounds like this. Alright, from here, we're going from this B, we're going down to a G flat. Alright, and then the right hand is going to drop to a G flat major chord, the same one we just did a second ago, with the G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat. Alright, and your bass is going to be G flat and C sharp, or D flat, excuse me. Alright, So it sounds like this. Alright, and now what we're going to do, we're going to go to a passing chord, okay, to get us back to the 1, or the very first chord. And the passing chord is going to simply be that B major chord again, G flat, B, D flat, and G flat. This time we're going to do it over E flat in the bass, okay, so it's going to be like here, okay, and then from here we're just going to go right up to E in the bass and back to that first chord we started with, which is the E, G flat, A flat, and B. Okay, so all together it sounds like this. Okay, now what you can do to add a little bit of flavor or color to it is to roll, and I know that's been pretty popular with me with what I do with my chords, but rolling the chords to give it a little more sensual feel, I think, give it a little more color to it and flavor, especially if it's played with some strings and during a time of worship. So I'll do something like this. Okay, and all I'm doing there is when I go up to that G flat and D flat, I'm rolling this G flat major chord, but I'm rolling the G flat, A flat to the B flat before I play the whole chord. So it's like, alright, alright. And something else you can do from here, going to that A flat and E flat over that B major chord, is you can go from here and use this A flat, B flat as grace notes to that B once you get here to A flat. So it'll sound like this. Alright, and what I did there, I used the A flat, B flat, and rolled it to B like this. Alright. And the same time when I got to B, I hit that A flat, E flat, and then I hit the B major chord. Alright, so it sounds like this. Alright, so let's try it again. Alright, and then your grace notes. And same thing there, I just rolled those grace notes. I went down from, and once I got to G flat and D flat, I rolled it. Okay. And it sounds really good over strings, and what you can do, you can just play with those chords by itself, you know, if it's time, you know, for worship, or if there's a prophetic atmosphere, you can do that. You can go like here. Let's get some strings. right, I hope those chords can bless somebody, and if you need me to break that down again, just let me know, or if you have any comments, feel free to leave them. All right, once again, I hope you be blessed.